As we head into July, the final preparations are being put in place for Brilliant Lady as she launches later this year. But there's been even more big news across the Virgin Voyages fleet. I'm David from VV Insider, and I'm going to give you a roundup of all the latest news that's happened over the past couple of weeks in our exclusive Virgin Voyages Insider Update. So come along as I tell you about some fantastic bargains that are coming up, including new ways to spend your placeholder bookings, some big itinerary changes that you'll need to know about, an exclusive look at the new happenings cast for Resilient Lady, and thanks to a very exclusive event that happened in New York, where Sir Richard Branson himself made an appearance, we have our very own Abby the hostess to play you out with a very special serenade for this Insider Update. VV Insider is the #1 resource for the latest Virgin Voyages info, guides and news. From picking the perfect cabin to booking dining, or simply just making the most of your voyage and saving money while you do it, VVinsider.com has helped thousands of sailors around the world sail smarter. Support our work by hitting subscribe and stick around to hear how you can get exclusive perks by booking directly with us. So let's get into it. One of the first things to update you on is that travel industry veteran John Lovell has joined the Virgin Voyages board. This comes off the back of other leadership changes at Virgin Voyages. What this means practically for sailors and for itineraries going forward, we're yet to know, but stay tuned to VVinsider.com for all the latest news that comes out of this shakeup. We've heard a little bit more about the changes to the itineraries that are going ahead for Valiant Lady. Some Valiant Lady sailings have had to be changed around a little bit to accommodate an ongoing engine issue. Practically what this means is that any stops at Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic are being affected. Don't worry, of course, the Valiant Lady is of course safe. They're just unable to make this stop at the moment until the maintenance issue is solved. And that means some itineraries continue to be affected. If you're booked onto a Valiant Lady sailing, you'll get an email to tell you if there's any changes that affect your voyage. Sailors get an extra hour at the beach club in Bimini. Valiant Lady is arriving ahead of schedule. We put together a huge Bimini guide, which includes one of our top tips, which is to arrive at Bimini early. And this helps you do that by getting the ship in early and getting out there and enjoying the fantastic beach club. Do watch our video guide on Bimini Beach Club if you want to get planning and make the most of your day at Bimini. A new sailing this October has been announced on Valiant Lady. This is a Dominican days sailing that spans 5 nights. What's fantastic about this newly announced sailing is that it's one of the most affordable 5-night sailings we've seen on Virgin Voyages lately. And to help you get booked on this and to make the most of it, we're offering a $25 incentive to book this particular sailing. If you book with VVinsider.com, you get access to the Red Diamond Club, which gives you ad-free access to our website. But also, we'll help you out with some personalized planning tools as well. It's always well worth making sure you book your next Virgin voyage with VV Insider. Speaking of those exclusive planning tools that we give you here at VV Insider, we have released a new guide on sailing from Barcelona on Virgin Voyages. So if you booked one of those fantastic Mediterranean sailings going out of Barcelona, check our guide. We've got some really useful information, including where the ship docks in Barcelona, which hotels to stay at, how to get to the port in the morning, and crucially, making the most of your time in Barcelona. Barcelona is one of our favorite ports to sail from. Making sure you get your embarkation day right is crucial. This joins another one of our sailing guides, which is from Portsmouth. Each port has its own quirks. Portsmouth will see a lot of Virgin Voyages activities over the next few months, so we have a guide there. If you're sailing from Portsmouth, take a look at that. Again, tells you about all the local transport information, the hotels, everything that you'll need to know to make the most of embarkation. Some more brand new content, and this is for those that are sailing on Brilliant Lady when she launches later this year. We put together a definitive guide of everything that's going to be different on Brilliant Lady than it is on the other 3 ships. This includes information about the new entertainment on board Brilliant Lady. We have pages of information on what to expect, including Red Hot, which is a new stage show developed to showcase the 5 decades of Virgin records and the music that's really pulled the Virgin brand together over the last half-century. There's going to be fantastic costumes, a live band, choreography, and there's a couple of new manor shows and club entertainment as well. Make sure you visit that guide and we'll tell you all about it. Also, we're going to give you a sneak peek at everything to expect from Brilliant Lady later this year when she starts to launch. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel because we're going to be bringing you all the latest information from Brilliant Lady as soon as we have it, and some exclusive footage from those new shows. Speaking of entertainment, one of the things that people keep coming back to Virgin Voyages for are the fantastic Happenings cast. If you don't know already, the Happenings cast are the 12 individuals who really bring the entertainment and the vibes on board. This, of course, includes the hostess, the diva, the foodie, the gamer, and the balancer, but also there are the dancers and influencers like the spark, the glow, that help bring those party vibes, run those trivias, run those karaoke sessions, and really just make sure you have a great time. If you sailed with Virgin Voyages in the past, you might see some familiar faces, as most of the Happenings cast have returning members. These individuals help make your voyage so special. It's really fun to get a sense of who the Happenings cast are before you join your voyage, to know maybe who to follow on Instagram, or those familiar faces to look out for on board. This is something that VV Insider has become known for, as having the privilege to let everyone know the new Happenings cast members on board your voyage before you sail. And Happenings cast number 6 on Resilient Lady have just been announced over this past week. So just a few notable mentions. Patsy the hostess is back. We loved sailing with Patsy earlier this year. She made her debut on Scarlet Lady last year, just after the dry dock. And she's returning, but this time to Resilient Lady. I'm sure she's going to have a fantastic time in Greece. We love Greece ourselves. The brand new diva on Resilient Lady is brand new herself to Virgin Voyages. So a warm welcome to Aria B. Cassadine, who's already made a huge name for herself in the world of drag, including placing 3rd on World of Wonders, Queen of the Universe. She was also named Miss Gay Black America in 2018. A huge warm welcome to Virgin Voyages, Aria. We can't wait to see you on Resilient Lady. You can of course get the full cast lineup on vvinsider.com, but another couple of notable mentions is Ryan the Foodie, who has been a member of the Happenings cast many times throughout the years. And of course, fan favorite Katrina the Balancer. If you haven't been along to one of the Balancer activities yet, Katrina is so warm and welcoming. She makes everyone feel included. There's no better time to start. If you want to try one of those more active Happenings events, now is the time on Resilient Lady. Do it with Katrina. She'll make you feel right at home. If you are a returning Virgin Voyager, you might have already booked a placeholder called My Next Virgin Voyage, or MNVV for short. Historically, you've only been able to use your MNVV on voyages where you've chosen a sea terrace or above, which has always meant that you'd have to spend a decent amount of money to use your placeholder and get offers and discounts. But for a limited time this year, you're able to actually book the limited sea terrace category with your MNVV. So this means you can actually get one of those cheaper cabins and still apply your placeholder, your MNVV discounts to that. The limited view sea terraces are exactly the same as a normal sea terrace, it's just on a lower deck. You might have something in the way of your view, like a lifeboat or a piece of engineering, but you still have access to the balcony. You'll still have one of those iconic hammocks. So they are still fantastic cabins, but they are priced a little bit lower than the normal sea terrace category. Just make sure you place your booking before the 28th of August. So head to vvinsider.com, choose the book link, and we can help you with that. If you already have a placeholder and you'd like VV Insider to help you out with your next booking, we have information on our website on how you can transfer that placeholder to our name to make sure that when you make that next booking, we'll be connected with it and we can help you out. And also make sure you get those exclusive perks that you only get with vvinsider.com. Speaking of saving money, if you want to get some free bar tabs, some free drinks when you go on your next sailing, now is the time to book. Virgin Voyages have a limited time 4th of July offer where you can get up to $300 in free bar tab. If you don't know what bar tab is, it's the allowance that you get on board to spend on drinks. Unlike onboard credit where you can spend it on anything like souvenirs, bar tab is restricted to drinks only. If you book your next voyage before the 7th of July, you can get up to $300 of free credit depending on the category of cabin and the length of your voyage. Take a look on vvinsider.com for more information about how to get the most bar tab. Another itinerary update that's quite significant this time is a change to the August 12th, 2026 Eclipse voyage. This is one of those marvelous voyages that Virgin Voyages have been touting. This one is very special indeed because it will take you to see the total solar eclipse happening in August 2026. Virgin Voyages received feedback earlier this year to say actually where the ship is going to be positioned during the eclipse was not actually going to be 100% totality for the solar eclipse. It was going to be very close, but it wasn't going to be 100%. So Virgin Voyages have moved some things around to make sure that people who have booked on this voyage to see the eclipse are not missing out. So there's been some significant changes. 2 ports have now been changed. Instead of Iceland and Scotland, the ports will now be Liverpool in England and Belfast in Northern Ireland. They're also departing from Iceland slightly earlier than planned as well in order to make sure they get across to the right position to make sure they get the 100% totality of the solar eclipse. If your booking's affected by this change, you probably will have already received an email, but if this sounds fantastic and you yourself want to see a 100% solar eclipse from a Virgin voyage, head to vvinsider.com and we'll make sure we get you the best price for that voyage, including any special perks that we can give you as well. And finally, one super cool thing that happened over the past couple of weeks was the final Brilliant Lady First Mate Roadshow in the USA, with an evening hosted by Virgin Voyages in Los Angeles, with two very special guests, one of which was Sir Richard Branson himself, making an appearance with Virgin Voyages CEO Nemo and Chief Marketing Officer Nathan Rosenberg. The evening was a celebration of the new Brilliant Lady launch, which is happening later this year. Her Mermaiden voyage is scheduled for the 5th of September in New York City, but the other special guest was none other than the lady that started it all. Abby the hostess made her special appearance as the Octopus Goddess, singing the iconic Scarlet Night anthem to some very lucky West Coast first mates in the audience. Abby the hostess, of course, will be the hostess for Brilliant Lady as she launches later this year, which is a perfect fit as Abby has been the hostess for each of the inaugural seasons for every single one of the Virgin Voyages fleet. And that is everything from this exclusive insider update. As you can see, there's so much buzz and so much news happening around the launch of Brilliant Lady and the Virgin Voyages fleet at large. We're hugely excited for all the things that are happening later this year, so subscribe and follow along as we bring you all the exclusive content from Virgin Voyages and let you know the news first on vvinsider.com. So what fitting way than to wrap this video up is to give you a little serenade from Abby the hostess herself. So here's some footage that's been shared by Virgin Voyages at the end of that Brilliant Lady Roadshow. But for now, from us at VV Insider, happy sailing.
This is our scarlet night. Whoa, whoa, oh. This is our scarlet night. Whoa, this is our scarlet night. Why are you trying to run away? Take me out. Take me outside. Ooh, this is our scarlet. Our scarlet night. Don't be jealous, darling.
Lots of love. Abby, everyone. Thank you so much.